Hello, everyone. This is Studying the Bible with Brother Bolin. Thank you all for joining me. This is a channel where we discuss current events from a biblical and prophetic point of view. I want to open this video up with the scripture from the book of Revelation, chapter 9. Let's go there. Revelation, chapter 9, beginning at verse 1. Then the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen to earth from the sky, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. When he opened it, smoke poured out as though from a huge furnace, and the sunlight and air turned dark from the smoke. Then locusts came from the smoke and descended on the earth, and they were given power to sting like scorpions. They were told not to harm the grass or plants or trees, but only the people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were told not to kill them, but to torture them for 5 months with pain like the pain of a scorpion sting. In those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. They had what looked like gold crowns on their heads, and their faces looked like human faces. They had hair like women's hair and teeth like the teeth of a lion. They wore armor made of iron, and their wings roared like an army of chariots rushing into battle. They had tails that sting like scorpions, and for 5 months they had the power to torment people. Their king is the angel from the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek, Apollyon, the destroyer. The first terror is past, but look, 2 more terrors are coming. I just read chapter 9 of the book of Revelation, verses 1 through 12. And I wanted to read that verse there because I want to start this video off with a series of subjects that I'm going to be dealing with if God say the same. And that is that America right now, the world, but America in particular, is under severe demonic attack. Now, Revelation, the 9th chapter, the verses that I just read to you in Revelation, the 9th chapter, has not occurred yet. Now, I'm of the belief, I'm of the class, I'm of the theological belief that from Revelation chapter 6 to Revelation chapter 21 are events that have not occurred yet. Some people say we're in the tribulation already. I do not believe we're anywhere near the tribulation. I believe that the events that are taking place in the world and the events that are taking place in America are leading up to the 7-year tribulation period, but we are not in the tribulation period yet. A lot of events have to take place before that happens. Number one, the Antichrist has to make a treaty with the nation of Israel. That hasn't happened yet. But in addition to that, if we were in a tribulation period, I'm pretty sure you would know it. You would know it because of the amount of people that's going to die. So I don't believe that we're in the tribulation period yet. Chapter 6 to chapter 6 of the book of Revelation to chapter 21 are events that have not occurred yet, according to my understanding. So I'm of that group. Now, I read Revelation, the 9th chapter, because that chapter deals with most scholars and most Bible teachers and theologians believe that Revelation, the 9th chapter, deals with a group of demonic beings locked away in the abyss, which is a subsection of the underworld, or Gehenna as we know it, or the underworld. All right. The abyss is a subsection of that, according to many scholars. It's the lowest area of the underworld, located in the earth, and it's where the most wicked and basest of all evil spirits are consigned to. This is believed to be where the demons in the book of Mark that had possessed the man, Legion, didn't want to go. They remember what they said. They said, "Don't torment us before our time," and torment before their time. Many scholars believe that the abyss would have been where Jesus would have cast him and assigned him to. So what he did was, which is amazing, he allowed them to leave the man and possess over 2,000 pigs, I believe. And the pigs, the swine, jumped off. These pigs went crazy. They jumped off of a cliff to their death. All right. So this place called the abyss here in the book of Revelation chapter 9 is where some of the most wicked, most basest evil spirits and demonic entities are consigned. In the future, God will allow an angelic being with the key to the bottomless pit, to unlock the bottomless pit, this abyss, and allow these demonic humanoid-like creatures come up out of the abyss. Now, many scholars believe this is not a symbol. These are literal demonic entities that will invade the earth. Now, if you think The Exorcist and The Omen and all that other stuff was scary, you ain't seen nothing yet. All these horror movies that came out in the 80s, one was called Demons. Excuse me, got a little allergy here. One was called Demons, came out in 1985 about these demons taking over a movie theater. You think that's rough. Another one was called Evil Dead, where they open up the Book of the Dead and these demon from the forest possessed me. You think that type of stuff is rough. You haven't seen anything yet. This will be on a level that will be beyond your most horrifying nightmares. And it will be a part of God's judgment on this world. Okay, so this hasn't happened yet. But the reason why I mentioned Revelation, the 9th chapter, is because in the introduction of our discussion for the next few days, we're going to be talking about the demonic invasion of America and how America is under a severe, intensive demonic attack. I am seeing an increase in some of the most strangest activities that people have ever committed. You know, all these mass shootings. We look at all these mass shootings, and we wonder what's going on. Why are people going crazy? Why are people just running around shooting dozens of people at one time for no reason and killing themselves? Now, I kind of hit at this in a previous video that part of the reason for that could be that these are programmed shooters. And I kind of talked about that a little bit. I didn't go into at great length with it. But what we're going to do is, as the Lord say the same, in some following videos, I'm going to go in deeper detail as to what the program shooter situation is really all about and how it's connected to demonic possession. Okay, but we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about what is demonic possession. How to identify a person that's possessed by demons. What is demonic possession? The difference between demonic possession, demonic invasion, demonic possession, and demonic influence, and demonic oppression. Different levels of how demons oppress and attack people. Okay, we're going to be talking about all of that. We're going to be talking about, if God say the same, we're going to be talking about, can Christians be possessed by demons? You know, can a Christian be possessed by demons? We'll be talking about that. We're talking about Washington, D.C. Yeah. And how you say, well, Washington, D.C., what's Washington, D.C. have to do with the demonic invasion of America, the demonic attack of America? Well, I'm going to give you just a bit of it, but Washington, D.C. is basically constructed in the form of a pentagram. And I'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. We'll talk about this if God say the same. Unless the Holy Spirit change it, we'll talk about that at length and how this pentagram shaped, the Washington, D.C. being shaped in the form of a pentagram. According to many occultists, the pentagram is one of the greatest, most powerful occult symbols and is used to conjure up evil spirits. Think about that. Think about that for a moment. And then connect all of these type of things to what's going on in America. The insanity that seems to be increasing. We're going to see an increase of that. But for born again believers, we're not victims of that. In the ending of this video, for born again believers, we're not victims of this kind of demonic invasion. We will be experiencing more demonic attacks. But we as Christians, spirit-filled Christians, have the victory over these things. So we're going to be dealing with how we as Christians, the Lord said the same, are to combat these demonic attacks and demonic invasions. That we're not victims of this. That we have authority over demonic spirits and demonic entities. That Jesus Christ has given us this authority. So we're going to be talking about that. But prepare yourself for that. But the suffices to say in the ending of this video, America is under demonic attack. And as Christians, we have to be prepared for this. We have to be prayed up. We have to be fasted up. We have to be worded up. We have to know what's going on. And we can't be hitting and missing, living in a little bubble, acting like this type of stuff is not increasing. It is increasing, particularly under this administration. And if we keep getting leaders on the local, state, and federal level who pushes immoral behavior like this, we're also going to be talking about demonic portals. What is a demonic portal? Well, going back to these type of leaders, when you push immoral behavior and allow immoral behavior and promote it and push it and encourage it as a leader on a local, state, and federal level, or whether it's in a church or whatever the case may be, and you push and promote this, you open up demonic portals. You're saying to the demonic spirits in the spirit realm, come on in, do what you want to do. So that's one of the reasons why we see an increase in this kind of evil activity. But we're going to be talking about demonic portals and where some of them may be, and how and the signs of demonic portals, and how people can open up demonic portals in their own lives and allow demonic spirits to come in. So I hope you all have gotten some out of the introduction to the demonic attack of America. So I pray that you all be prepared for this. It's going to be some frightening information. Some of it may be shocking to a lot of you guys, but just be prepared for this. I said we was going to be talking about this stuff in my first video, so be prepared for that. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, share this video, and subscribe. God bless you all, and see you again on another. See you again. I'm sorry, I'm quoting my other YouTube channel, but see you guys again when studying the Bible with Brother Bolin. God bless you all.